Good morning, friends. Let's get ready for the day. Breakfast is served and I have a coffee to go. We just finished breakfast. The little munchkin decided to join us on the heated blanket. I am working at the VA again today. I have to be there at 8:45. Traffic is very unpredictable. I'll probably leave here around 7:15 or so, depending on what Google Maps says. I have a little bit of extra time this morning, might straighten up, get a little bit of work done. And then my plan is to Peloton this evening when I get home. We made a delicious lasagna last night that I am excited to have for dinner. I need to pack up my lunch before I head out, and I'm hopeful now that today is day 2 of my rotation at the VA, I have a better sense of what the workflow is, so maybe I might be able to get some crafting done because it is quite slow over there. We unfortunately have a lot of dishes to put away this morning. Dishes are all put away. My fiance is making us a lovely salad for lunch that we prepped yesterday. And it is time for me to change and then probably head out soon. How am I supposed to leave the house when this is waiting for me? Hi. Hi, cutie pie. Remember to put on sunscreen in the morning. I am trying to be better about that. It is time to head out. It is about 7:22. It is 34 degrees out and I'm wearing my winter puffer jacket. Looks like it's about a 58-minute drive, so I'll get there at 8:21. On the way, I will be listening to my audiobook, Outlive by Peter Attia. Really fascinating. Don't agree with everything he says, but it is a new framework to think about primary prevention for a lot of health conditions for people. See you when we get there. Made it to the VA. It's about 8:28. I listened to a good amount of the audiobook, but I was getting a little sleepy, so I changed it up, put on some music. I'm listening to a lot of Chappell Roan, Sabrina Carpenter, Billie Eilish, my big 3. I am not really looking forward to work today. I think the weather is chilly, but it's nice outside. The thought of being in a old VA building makes me a little sad, but maybe I'll try to get outside a little bit for lunch and see how that goes. I am hopeful that I'll be able to exercise when I get home. I am long call today, so I'll be here until about 4:30, and then traffic may or may not be horrendous. So my goal is to be home by 5:30, 5:45. We already have lasagna prepped for dinner, so if I do, I'm gonna hopefully do a Peloton ride when I get home for about 45 minutes, so we can have dinner around 6:30. Anyways, time for the VA. I will see you after. The good news is I am all done at the VA. The bad news is that it is about an hour and 10 minutes to get home. It's already 4:35. So my prediction's coming pretty true. I am quite hungry. Today was quite slow. I don't know if that's par for the course. We will find out. Usually there's some admissions throughout the day which are a little bit more involved, but today no admissions. Patients were just kind of chilling. It's a subacute rehab level of care, so most people aren't too sick, which is nice. It does mean that there's usually less active things going on during the day. I did get a lot of crocheting done, which I am excited to show you when I get home. It is quite chilly. It's a long walk from the parking area to the entrance. I might audiobook. I might try to just play some tunes. I'm feeling a little tired. I did finish the rest of my coffee. I tried to save a little bit because I knew it was going to be a long drive home. And let's just hope that the traffic isn't too bad. Made it back home. It's 5:55. Gonna try to exercise from 6 to 6:45 and then do lasagna for dinner, which I am extremely excited about. I'm gonna do, I think, a 30-minute endurance ride on the Peloton. I don't really want to do anything too stressful because I'm planning to do lower body tomorrow for weightlifting, and honestly I just don't have the energy to do it, but I want to focus on continuing to be consistent with exercise. We have our 30-minute class all loaded up. It is a Power Zone Endurance with Tunde, who is one of my favorite instructors. Just finished my workout. It was appropriately hard. I am very sweaty. These are my numbers for the ride. My heart rate was mostly in zone 3, 2 and 3, which was my goal. I'm going to shower, have dinner, and then reflect a little bit about exercise and how I've been managing it or not managing it during residency. I'm trying to be really, really good about my skincare in the morning and in the evening, and the best way to do it in the evening for me is to do it immediately after I shower and just kind of make it a routine, just like brushing my teeth I do right before bed. I do this right before or right after I shower. I did a retinoid, a moisturizer, and then this eye cream from Kiehl's. This is dinner. This is lasagna that we made last night, and it has ground pork in it. And then this is a Caesar salad. And this is Kimmy. Say hi. Say hi. Can you say hi to the people? No, she does send you a lick though. I've never been good with consistently working out, and I wouldn't say that I am at this point in my life. One thing that's been really helpful for me in terms of trying to approach it again and again and again is my fiance is really great at consistency when it comes to workout. One of the things that she has said repeatedly is she doesn't see working out as a choice. It is just something that she has to do, similar to brushing her teeth or eating 3 meals a day. It's just another item on the checklist each day. That gets really hard, especially when we are working 60, 70, approaching 80 hours a week, flipping from days to nights. And one of the things that has been most helpful for me of trying to become more consistent, but not actually always be consistent, is making the barrier to working out as low as possible. Last year, she got a Peloton bike, and this year we have a basement in our house, and so we share it with a few other people, but they were okay with us building a workout area, and so we got a really, really cheap rack off of Amazon. We bought some weights, and so we more or less have everything we need to work out. It doesn't mean that I do it consistently, but when I do want to try to be more consistent, I just have to change my clothes and I am already in the gym, which makes it really nice. And also, I think vlogging and being accountable to this nebulous audience has been helpful for me, especially when I say it earlier in the day, and then I don't want to not do it later in the day because that wouldn't look good on the vlog. So it's always a work in progress. I have been more consistent recently. I do think listening to Outlive by Peter Attia has been helpful in terms of having a goal for exercise. I think in the past, it was this very nebulous exercise to be healthier, but I think reading his book has been helpful for picking out a few specific reasons on how this is going to increase my health, my life. And it's funny because as a physician, I tell patients to exercise all the time and I try to help as much as I can, but we don't get a lot of training on exercise in medical school. We're just told 150 minutes a week, and these are the guidelines and you should do that. But beyond that, we don't get a lot of education. So I'm trying to also learn more about that to help motivate myself, but then also be able to share that with my patients. Okay, now for the crochet update. So this is the progress on the sweater. The main update is I added this section. I've sectioned off the arms a little bit. So now I am able to continue doing the body, and this sweater will block out a lot. So I think this will probably come down to here. This will come down to here. And then there'll be some more looseness around the body. I am super excited. I think now that I've sectioned the arms, the body should go pretty quick. That is going to close out the vlog for tonight. Cami wishes everyone a happy sleep, and we will see you all tomorrow.